Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. And before we get into the video, I quickly want to mention Apex One AI. So this is a very interesting project that is based on AI technology and allows you to farm using crypto pairs. So they already have a platform out. They have their website, which we're on right now. The team is fully transparent, and some of the features are farming using artificial intelligence, using cryptocurrency pairs. You have liquidity pools, you have DeFi involved. You can take a look at their white paper. And if you want to take a look at their team, all of that is available on the website. And they also have a native token out already called Apex. And here is how the platform looks. The website is very well designed as well as the platform. It is easy to navigate. As you can see, if you go to Apex AI, you have farming, you have yield farming, and you have some of the new features that they're developing using the AI technology. So if you go to wallets, it's very easy to deposit and exchange cryptocurrencies using their application. So feel free to take a look at the link down below in the description. You can sign up using that. And if you have any more questions regarding the project, you can refer to the video that I made earlier, which is a full review of this platform. Now let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, in the last video, we talked about losing this yellow support trend line over here, and that is exactly what we did right now. We dropped below the yellow support trend line, we back tested it at support as resistance, and then we came back down into this purple support block. So this support block is set between 36 cents down to 34 cents. And we've been retesting this area back in November last year. In December, we went below in January, and obviously we had that massive run up into February. So we retested this level once again in March a few times, then in April, and right now we are sitting in this support block. So if you are looking to start dollar cost averaging into Glmr, this is a perfect opportunity, possibly one of the last chances at these low prices, because if we do indeed enter an altcoin season in the next few months, I don't think that we're going to be coming back down to these prices. Even after we come up and then pull back, it is possible we're not going to be seeing a 36-cent Glmr anytime soon. So if you are really looking to build a strong position, this is where you want to be getting into the project. I also have a staking tutorial down below in the description, so if you want to make the tokens work for you while you're waiting for the bull market, you can definitely do that. So as you can see, this is a support block set from 36 cents down to 34, like we said already. If we start pulling back a little lower, we can start targeting the 2.414 Fibonacci level at 33 cents based on the fib that we have. And we have had this on the chart for a very long time. So if you haven't seen the previous updates, make sure to watch those before watching this one, because I don't want to repeat everything that I've said in those past updates. But the major resistance blocks that we have above us here is this red one. So we'll change this one to, let's say, blue, and the red one here is going to be a major resistance that we have been retesting since September 2022. So obviously with this move to the upside, we definitely need to break above our September local high. That is definitely something that we need to be doing, and obviously that would mean that we're going to be taking out this February 2023 local high. Now, if that is the case, we can definitely throw a fib from that local low that we just printed to that local high in February. Our 1.618 target is going to be sitting at 72 cents. That is going to be a massive target for us, because that is the 1.618. So after you start breaking the first fib level, the 1.618 automatically becomes your technical target. Usually, I would say 8 out of 10 times you do retrace up to the 1.618 if you manage to break above the first fib level. So if you're looking for a swing trade, that would definitely be a nice area to take some profits. That's 100x on the spot, as you can see, from where we are right now to 72 cents. Now, obviously, that's not going to be higher than the August high, which, in my opinion, if we start breaking above the August high and we solidify above it, that would mean that this is most definitely our bear market low, the one that we printed back in January this year. So Bitcoin has already broken above the August high and has solidified above it. So we want to stay above 85 cents. And once we do that, once we're hovering around that area, we can definitely say that this was our bottoming out structure and we've definitely broken out from there. Hopefully that's going to come within the next few months or even within the next few weeks, but you still have some time. I'm not saying that you have to, rush to your bank and withdraw the money and throw that into crypto. I'm just saying that be aware that this might be the last chance to buy at these low prices. Of course, if Bitcoin continues to pull back, we might see a lower low here. So we definitely don't want to be losing this March low. If that happens, we could be on a cusp of another lower low. So let's throw in a fib from that local. Let me get the fib here. So let's throw a fib from that local high in March to the local low in March as well. We have our 1.618 sitting at 31 cents. So that would definitely line up with this local low that we printed in January, which is presumably our bear market low. So that would definitely be a nice target for us to take a look at if we indeed start breaking below 35 cents. But until that happens, we can just speculate whether this is going to happen or not. If you want to be in the safe zone, you can just set up some buy limit orders at 32 cents, 33 cents, but obviously never have round numbers in your limit orders. Try to have something like 0.321 or 0.3206. Never have like 33 cents on the dot, because round numbers typically have a lot of people piling in on them and you might just end up not getting filled. So jumping into the daily RSI, as you can see, we have broken above this channel down pattern, or broken out of that channel down pattern, and we've ran into the white resistance trend line here. Once again, we had a little fake out, but we ended up dropping down regardless. As you can see, we had multiple retests here, and we're pulling back down to the yellow support trend line, and we have been retesting this yellow support trend line since May of 2022. So this is definitely a level you want to be keeping an eye on, because every time we touched it, we saw a move to the upside. So this time around, we might have another touch and a bounce to the upside and potentially create another lower high. It would be nice, obviously, to break out of this little structure here and have an impulsive move to the upside, because you're sort of getting stuck in between the support and resistance, and you're kind of getting very tight in this apex, and at some point a decision has to be made and you have to break either to the upside or to the downside. Now, if you're taking a look at the downside, you have a major support block here from 31 all the way down to 23.5 on the RSI. That's a major low that we've been retesting, or a major block that we've been retesting since May of 2022 as well. So keep an eye on that, draw this out, and we can move on to the weekly chart. Taking a look at the weekly chart, if we take this swing low that we printed in January as our bear market low, and we take this swing high in March of 2022, we are looking at $16.46 as our bull market target for GLMR. From where we are right now, that would be a nice 4,500% move to the upside. In my opinion, that's a pretty solid move to the upside. You can definitely start taking profits around the 1.272, which is $11. And of course, we have the 1.618 here sitting at $29. So that is a bit far-fetched in my opinion. So I would just try to stay a bit more conservative. Around about $11 to $16 is a nice area to take some profits. Of course, depending on what happens with the project, if at the start of the bull market, we have some major bullish news for GLMR and the price surges to $50 immediately, obviously you don't want to sell everything at 16, because the structure kind of changes, based on the news and based on what's happening right now. But, expecting everything to play out gradually and normally, we would be looking at $16 as our major target for the bull market, of course. But like I said, things can change, in a heartbeat. So you have to be consistent, and you have to be ready, and you have to be up to date with all the news if you want to be profitable in the crypto market here. Now we're also looking at this potential ascending triangle that we've got going on. Obviously we're losing this low or this support, but we can obviously adjust this trend line as long as we have the bounce from an area. So we can take this trend line from here or from here. As long as it doesn't drop down here to the low, we should be fine, because if we're creating a higher low, we are good for continuation with this ascending triangle pattern. So that's something to keep in mind. And once you start coming up and bouncing from that support, and your next move to the upside, you have to be breaking above 50 cents. And then if you do that, you could be targeting around about 71 cents. Ideally, I want to get to this August 2022 high and break above that, as we've discussed already, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the weekly RSI. We're in the very close to the oversold, so I would say this is a good area to be dollar cost averaging based on the weekly RSI. Based on the weekly stochastic, you can see that we're also in the oversold below the index of 20, so definitely another great indicator telling us a good buying opportunity is upon us. And as you can see, if we take a look at the volume indicator, it doesn't look like we've had much volume coming in, and compared to what we saw back in 2022, of course. So this is when it's boring, and this is when you should be averaging in. Obviously not a financial advice. So thank you all for watching this video. If I missed out anything on the charts, let me know down below in the comment section, and I'm gonna see you in the next update. Take care and goodbye.